Hey folks, happy Wednesday. It's kind of late for a video, but this is one of the 30 videos in 30 days, and it took me a while to figure out what to say to you today. Just wasn't feeling very inspired, but I committed to being here every day for 30 days, so I'm gonna make you a damn video. And Nala is here. You see my little Nala? This couch is a mess because the dogs destroy it. But I wanted to jump in to say hello and to say I hope that your Wednesday is going well, and I'm having an interesting sort of hair day here. Try to get it up and out of my face. But as you come in, I'd love to see you tell me where you are. I'm in sunny Maine. It's super, well, it's not that cold. It's cold. There's snow on the ground, but it's really sunny and beautiful, and I really appreciate that about Maine. So today I wanted to talk to you about being a bodyguard of your energy, because if you're anything like me, you're probably empathic to some degree, right? You feel things that are happening around you. You feel other people's energy. Maybe that's even part of why you do the work that you do. And you feel the energy of like the world around you. You might be a kind of person where when your partner is having a bad day, you sort of absorb it and feel it. Or if your best friend is having a bad day, or if you're with a client who's having like a really hard time, it impacts you. Or, you know, if you had 4 years of an absolute insane person running our country, you might feel it. Or when there's like a lot of angst in the news or things happening in the world, you feel it. And sometimes you might not even know that you're feeling it. Sometimes your energy might just be like really off, or you're really exhausted and you don't know why, or you don't feel well and you don't know why. But if that ever happens to you, then you're probably a sensitive person who is empathic to some degree, which is how I am. I feel all of the energy around me. I feel the energy of the dogs. I feel the energy of the kids, of my husband. I will often feel the energy of things that aren't even in my little bubble, like current events or things that are happening. And it's really exhausting. It's almost like, remember in was it the second Guardians of the Galaxy? What was her name? Oh my God. The little antenna creature? Someone drop her name in the comments because it's going to make me crazy. It had something to do with like being empathic, her name, but you know who I'm talking about, right? And she was super empathic, and she could just touch someone and feel what they were feeling. I love her. And sometimes my family calls me her name, which you'd think would help me remember it, but I don't. So if anyone remembers the name of the little empathic thing with long antennas in the second Guardians of the Galaxy, drop it in the comment box. But this is really hard for me because as someone with as someone with an immune disorder, as someone who generally has about 8 plates spinning in the air, and as someone who is an empath and picks up other people's energy, it's often really exhausting for me. And this is part of the reason why I'm so good at healthy boundaries, because they're a necessity for me. But I wanted to also drop some of the just everyday tips that I use to help me kind of like bubble up and protect myself energetically in case they're of help for you. Because the thing is that there are a lot of reasons why this is relevant in running a business. One is that if I'm really sucked into my client's energy, I can't hold space for them effectively. I can't be boundaried. I can't help them with perspective. And I also take things really harshly. It's very difficult to be helpful when you can't have a healthy boundary up. So for my business, it's very important that I'm boundaried and protecting my energetic field for my clients. It's very important for my health that I'm protecting my energetic field, particularly when I'm running a business, running 2 businesses, finishing and launching a book, and starting a 3rd business. It's really important that I feel good and I have energy and I not be sick. So I have to watch where my energy goes, because if it's got leaks in it, if there are leaks in my energetic field, then I'm just losing energy. It's like trying to hold water in a bucket that has holes. And also because if I don't protect my energy, I tend to disconnect from myself, and I can't really be judicial about what I'm doing. I can't use my intuition to understand what's important, what's relevant, what's necessary, and that really is difficult. So, one of my first energy guarding tools is that I have energy guarding practices. So, there's a meditation that I have. I actually give it to my clients, and if you want it, you can actually ask me for it, and I'll send it to you. But there's like a bubble meditation that I have that helps me put up a bubble around myself. I have a magical practice called the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram that I do almost every morning, which is a boundary evocation and like an arming of yourself and your energy field. I'm very, very careful with what news I let in and what energies I let into my sphere. Like, I have actually never heard Trump talk because the second I hear his voice, I turn it off. I don't want it in my field. I don't watch the news. I trust that the stories that I need to know about will come to me on my Facebook feed, or someone that I really trust will share them with me, namely my husband, because he actually is really, really up on current events in the news. But I've also monitored, especially since the last 4 years, I've really carefully honed down my Facebook friends, not my friends, but like what I see from them. Like, I've unfollowed honestly 60% of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook. And the only people that I follow and see in my news feed are people whose energy and messages and posts I really want to welcome into my world. So I've really curated what content I see. I've subscribed, if you've seen on the business page, on the Britt Bolnick business page, I've subscribed to this good news source that also counters all of the bad news that's happening with something really great. There's an article that I put up this morning that I really loved for a personal reason, which you can scroll down on the Britt Bolnick page and see. So that's really important to me. I don't watch a lot of like TV. Like, I'll watch select shows. I don't watch any TV. We don't actually have a working TV. Like, our TV is connected to things like Netflix and Amazon, but it doesn't actually have like TV channels like it used to when I was younger. So I don't see like TV. I don't see commercials. I've really tuned out a lot of the larger consumer cultural media, which has really helped. So I curate. I think of what I let in as curated content, and I make sure that it either informs me, inspires me, motivates me, connects me. I don't really let in things that just make me fearful unless it's something that I really need to be informed about. And that really helps. I take regular Epsom salt baths. Epsom salt is really grounding and cleansing. So I make sure that I'm soaking in Epsom salt. I drink a lot of water, which you wouldn't necessarily think of as a boundary or protecting yourself thing, but I feel like it just helps things like flow through. And I eat a lot of vegetables, so I try to nurture my body so that things go through my body as easily as possible. And I sort of envision only absorbing like the nutritional content and not anything like gross. And I make an effort to unplug. So we live out in the woods, which I really, really love. And I make time to walk in the woods without my phone, to connect outside, to be off of my phone, to be reading a book. Those kinds of things are all really helpful. So I don't think I'm seeing your comments, but I'd love to hear what boundaries you enforce and what some of your favorite boundary creations are. Like, how do you bodyguard your boundaries? How do you stay um, energized and grounded? And I'd also love to hear how that connects to your work. Like, what results does that have for your work? That's always really interesting for me to hear. And I encourage you to read other people's responses and share tools and techniques. So that is my Wednesday thing for you. And as always, I'm doing of these videos. So if you have anything you'd like me to speak to, if you'd like me to show you any part of what I do or how I live, if there's anything I can talk to you about, please let me know. We have a workshop coming up at the end of the month, how to use Focus Pocus in your business. And that's all over the place. It's in Sacred Biz Rebels. I just put it up on my personal page. It's up on the business page, so you can find that. And if you can't find it, let me know. But If you are a woman entrepreneur and are multi-passionate and magical and ready to impact the world this year, let me know if you want to join our workshop at the end of the month. I'm really excited about it. And I haven't eaten yet today, so I'm going to go and eat, but I'm sending you much love. I really appreciate you watching these videos. I'd love to get these to some more women. So if you have groups that you're in that you could share them, if you could recommend them, if you could tag women that you know might enjoy them in the comments. I just really thank you for sharing these with your community and helping me get my 30 videos in 30 days to more women that they can be helpful to. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your